bit on Prevnar, the next data set down. Remember, I gotta give you. Should I cut off the data sheet? I apologize. I did cut something off the data sheet that I shouldn't have. What? You're doing Prevnar, next one down, right here, the drug Prevnar. Yep, sorry, there should be a space there too. Sorry, I did some edits without proofreading. There is a piece of information you need to know in order to make a conclusion on the claim. Exactly. In the general population, 13.5% of infants on similar drugs experience appetite loss. We're measuring appetite loss on Prevnar. So a pharmaceutical company, once again, is trying to one-up their competition, but drugs often have side effects. So maybe Prevnar is doing a better job at fighting meningitis. I just mood-lighted, did it? Maybe Prevnar is doing a better job at fighting meningitis, but if the side effects are too great, then the side effects, it's why I don't take allergy shots anymore. My allergies, I get pretty bad allergies, but my allergy shots, when I would go for them, my throat would close up and I couldn't breathe for 30 seconds. I'm like, you know what, I want to breathe. So I'm going to go ahead and stop doing allergy shots and go to acupuncture. So I decided the side effects weren't as important as whatever they were doing to me. So what's the concern here? What's the concern here with these infants?
That the drug is causing the appetite.
That maybe Prevnar, although it's great for meningitis, you already run some numbers for us? Oh, Elizabeth has run some numbers for us. She has divided 121 by 710. So Elizabeth, what you've done so nicely for us is you have taken P hat for us, yes? C. Bueno. De nada. So we got 121 out of 710. Which comes out to be about 17%, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh. This is what researchers do. 17%. And what do the researchers then say?
That's higher than
Is that higher than 13.5%? Now the answer is yes, it's mathematically 3.5% higher, right? So what does a good researcher then say? Is it significantly higher than 13.5? Is 3.5% significant? Now, it's not as easy as just going 1.64, because I have that 1.64 from before now. Although we're going to use probably that 1.64 as a mark, with a sample size of 710 versus 1,000, the margin of error is going to be wider than it was with 1,000, correct? There's a neat mathematical interplay there. So this is why we run the test. So let's do this. Let's do steps 1, 2, and 3 together right now. And then I'm going to set you guys loose and come back on Thursday. Between now and Thursday, try to knock this out. We'll do it together on Thursday. So if you start this at home and you're like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, totally fine. Let it go. We'll come back on Thursday and continue it. But I want to at least get it started in case you want to give this a whirl between now and Thursday. Lighting is getting weird in here. Let's keep going fading and fading up and fading down. Is that okay? Maybe-ish. All right. So let's do it. What variable are we testing? Yes. Once again, we are testing proportion, little p. How do we know that?
Not an average.
Good. Very good, because it's not an average. I like that answer, Brandon. Very Sherlock Holmes of you. Once you have removed the impossible, whatever's left must be the answer. Good. It's not the average, therefore it must be a proportion. Good. Elizabeth, I love your default. You went right to this. You went right to dividing 121 by 710. Because it's almost like it's out of. Something out of something is a percentage. Very, very good. Okay. So little p is going to be what? What are we checking on now? What are we interested in measuring in this particular test?
Portion of infants that experience appetite loss, given that they have the medicine.
Yes. So it's the proportion of infants experiencing appetite loss, appetite loss, keep going. After taking Prevnar. Good. We're comparing the kids that take Prevnar to the kids on the competing medication or the kids in the general population. So there's obviously a drug that's already used for meningitis. There's a leader drug. Prevnar is trying to come out and take that leader spot away. Maybe it works better for meningitis, but maybe it's got a worse side effect. We're trying to measure that side effect of the kids on Prevnar. Portion of infants experience appetite loss after taking Prevnar. Good. Good so far? Fair. Just FYI, the reason that when you read medicines, and medicines have side effects may include blah, 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 blah. Those are all little tiny hypothesis tests that were done that found significance. I mean, what you're doing right now is one of those. Badass, actually, to think about it. You're getting some power here. Yes. Okay, there's step 2, right? Define the variable. Step 3 is setting the hypotheses up, and then we'll kick you guys out of here. Which one you want to do first? It's up to you. I'll get you started. There's little P's in there. Which one do first? Which one do first? No! Go for it, Elizabeth.
It's less than or equal to 13.5.
I'm so proud, girl. Why would it be less than or equal to 13.5? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Because we want to know if it's causing.
If it's worsening on Prevnar, you slap that in the research hypothesis. You assume Prevnar's not doing what you think it might be doing. This sounds weird even to say that out loud, doesn't it? You're looking for a contradiction from average. You're comparing it to the status quo. So the null hypothesis is that the status quo is still the status quo. Either Prevnar is staying at 13.5%, or it's even making it less than 13.5%. What you're concerned about, you guys were concerned almost immediately about it, was that, oh, poop. Our sample came in at 17% appetite loss. That's high. You put the claim of high in the research. That's what you're doing your hypothesis on. Is it too high? What's the opposite of that? It's not too high. It might even be too low. From that, I think you guys can run the test if you get a moment. Now, you might not get a moment between now and Thursday. Let's be honest. You got a project to do. You may have quizzes you want to crack open. You might not get to this between now and Thursday. That's okay. We'll start it. We'll do it together on Thursday if it isn't the case. But at least now you have a good starting point. Cool? You guys rock. This will get more understandable. I promise you that. I promise you that. Brandon, go, sir.
In words,
Switch the words. Because this means Prevnar is making the appetite loss worse. Oh, good, good. It is not causing appetite loss. Or at least it's not causing more appetite loss than the competing medication, right? Okay. Yeah, there you go. The claim you're testing always goes down here.
Okay.
And that's what you're worried about with Prevnar, is that it actually is causing appetite loss.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. You guys are asking great questions. Can you continue? Promise me you'll continue to ask them. Even if you're lying to me. Okay, I'll take that silence as you're lying. Or you're going to keep asking questions. That's good too.
So, Sean,
Say that again? I never got high. I get the respiratory, throat closing, eyes watering. Never hives though. No, thank God for that, I guess. So what do you do for your allergies? See, I tried that. Yeah, I tried that. Localized honey I went with for a while, but I've been told now by my allergist actually, the one thing I got from him was that bees pollinate the wrong kinds of plants. Bees pollinate insect pollinated plants. The ones you're sneezing with are the wind-borne ones that don't need insects. Which I was like, son of a bitch, that's so clever. And doesn't help me at all. I actually started keeping bees because of that. I was like, what the hell, I'm a bee guy in my backyard, I'm gonna harvest my own honey. Well, it tastes great, but that doesn't do a damn thing about your allergies. So, anyway. So fish oil, I tried fish oil, there's a couple homeopathic things I tried. But acupuncture works brilliantly for me. I told you that story, right, about my old nose making fun of me. Acupuncture works, first of all, I could ride my bike to the appointments. When I was getting allergy shots, I couldn't do anything athletic for hours before or after because it would spike and almost make the reaction worse.
Right.
So when I ride my bike to acupuncture and
What were you doing?
I have no idea. Whatever the cocktail they built for me at the, yeah, some kind of steroid. I mean, I remember once running down the driveway to pick up my son, and my throat just went, and I'm like, oh shit, they weren't kidding. Like they literally were not kidding. Don't do any activity, like including walk, or think, or breathe. Yeah, it's insane. I ride my bike to acupuncture, I ride away, and my nose just opens up and this crap just falls out. I'm like, well, I guess it's working. I can breathe again. So it works for me, anecdotally. Works for me. My stat friends think I'm insane, but anecdotally it works brilliantly. But I appreciate the fish oil. Case, you got an exam for me? Thank you, sister. Appreciate this, guys. We'll take care of this, get your grades in.
Thank you.
You got it. Gabe, sir.
So I have a question on